This is how I overcame my chronic outer elbow pain. I had to manage the load better. I stopped doing daily rehab, high rep, lightweight exercises because for me, this just kept irritating the tendon and didn't allow it to actually heal, as tendons take longer to recover than muscles do. Secondly, I trained the tendon properly, and by this I mean I actually trained my forearms properly, my forearm extensors. From studying tendon rehab and the Berlin method, I learned that tendons need a certain amount of strain to adapt. Research has suggested around 4.5 to 6% strain is where you get good tendon adaptations, and this is around 70 to 85% of your 1 rep max. Heavy slow loading seems to be the best ways to achieve that safely and get a really good stimulus on the tendon. So I started doing heavy wrist extensions, more dedicated forearm work, pronation, supination, as well as ulnar deviation. I usually did 3 seconds down and then up, total of 6 seconds, put the tendon under strain, and that is where the heavy and slow part of this comes in. Now, I only train this 1-2 times a week for about 2 to 4 sets, and this gave plenty of time, 48 to 72 hours, for the tendon to recover between these heavier sessions. 3, rest alone didn't fix it. That's the biggest thing I learned. Rest alone probably isn't enough. If you completely unload a tendon for too long, the tendon can start to decondition. One study showed that collagen synthesis rates dropped by up to 80% after just 2 to 3 weeks of unloading. So for me, the answer wasn't zero load, it was better load management and being gradual, looking at my week to week total load volume and not trying to have these big peaks and valleys where I'm taking 2 weeks off or 1 week off, then 1 week on hard, or coming back to an exercise that was heavier when I've had a bit of a break. This is what worked for me personally, but it did change how I approach my tendon rehab, and it seemed to work quite well.